The transport ship entered orbit without ceremony. No music played. No speech followed. Elias Mercer watched the distant planet fill the viewing window. Grey oceans, green countenance, heavy clouds, Ecliptix Prime, his assigned world, his assigned future. Elias rested his metal hand on the rail. The prosthetic was old but reliable. Titanium fingers, scuffed plating, military issue. He had lost the arm 17 years ago during the siege of Narnbelt. A mine, a flash, silence. After that he lost other things. Friends, faith, illusions, marriage was not one of the things he expected to lose. He never wanted it, but the war had ended. Earth had changed, and veterans like him had become inconvenient. The Interstellar Accord solved that problem neatly. Political marriages, human officers bound to allied worlds, cultural exchange, they called it, exile with paperwork. Elias had signed without protest. He was good at following orders. Even now, the data slate in his pocket held a single image. His future spouse, Governor Lirith of Ecliptix Prime, tall, pale blue skin, black eyes without whites, no visible hair, alien, beautiful by some standards, distant by all others. The file was brief, widowed, no heirs, politically isolated. Marriage required to secure trade lanes, emotional compatibility not required. That line had stuck with him. Not required. The ship docked, gravity shifted. Elias stood, straightened his uniform, checked the insignia. Veteran Class 4, honorably discharged. A relic in pressed fabric. The doors opened. The air smelled sharp. Mineral rich. Cold. A welcoming party waited on the platform. Officials, soldiers, advisors. At the center stood Lirith. She was taller than he expected, almost his height. Slender but strong dot. Her eyes met his. They did not soften. She inclined her head with precision. Welcome to Ecliptix Prime. Her voice was clear, measured, accented but fluent. Elias returned the gesture. Thank you, Governor. A pause followed. She corrected him. You may call me We are married in 6 hours. Straight to the point. No warmth. No cruelty, efficient, that suited him. The ceremony was short. Legal, witnessed, no vows. No rings, just signatures. Biometric seals. A contract binding to worlds. When it ended, they stood side by side. Strangers joined by law. Lirith spoke quietly. You will have your own quarters. Public appearances are scheduled. Private interaction is optional. Elias nodded. That is acceptable. She studied him then. Not his face. His posture. You were a soldier. Yes, a long war. Yes, another pause. You were damaged. He did not flinch. Yes, she turned away. Rest, then. We begin tomorrow. Their life settled into a pattern. Public events, council sessions, trade briefings. They walked together, sat together, spoke rarely. Elias spent his free hours training. The old routines, push-ups, strikes, maintenance. He slept lightly, dreamed rarely. Lirith watched him from a distance, always observing, never intruding. Weeks passed, then months. The first change came quietly. Elias woke one night to movement. Not a threat, not a dream. He followed the sound to the outer balcony. Lirith stood there, unarmed, unshielded. The stormlights painted her skin silver. You should not be here. Alone, he said. She did not turn. Neither should you. Silence settled. After a moment she spoke. My first mate died defending this world. Elias waited. She continued. He was not a warrior. He was a negotiator. But he stood anyway. Elias understood that. Bravery took many forms. She turned toward him. You know this. Yes. Another. Pause. Why do humans fight so hard? Elias answered. Honestly, because we do not know how to. Stop. She considered that. The conversations began after that, short ones at first. About history. About war. She asked about Earth. He asked about Keltus. She showed him the archives. He showed her scars. One evening she asked about his arm. He told her the truth, not the heroic version. Fear, confusion, pain. She listened without judgment. Later, he learned this mattered. The attack came without warning. Pirates, raiders, opportunists. The alarms cut through the city. Defense grids faltered. Elias moved before orders came. Old instincts woke. Lirith found him in the armory. You are not required to fight. He secured his rifle. I know. She studied him. Then she handed him a command badge. I am asking. That changed everything. They fought together, not side by side, but in sync. Elias led ground teams, coordinated evacuations. Lirith held the line above, commanding ships with cold precision. When the last raider fell, the city still stood. Losses were minimal. The council praised strategy. The public praised leadership. But Lirith praised Elias. Privately, you saved thousands. He shook his head. We did. She corrected him. Yes, that night she did not leave the balcony. Neither did he. Seasons turned. The world stabilized. Trade increased. Threats faded. The marriage remained. But it changed. They ate together. Trained together. Sometimes they laughed. Quietly. One evening Lirith asked a question that had weight. You had been free, would you have chosen this life? Elias considered it. No, she nodded. If I had been free, I would not have chosen marriage. Another pause. Would you choose it now? Elias met her eyes. Yes. She did not look away. Neither did he. Their bond was not fire, not passion. It was forged steel. Trust, respect, shared scars. The galaxy noticed. Humans noticed. Keltus became known as a stable world, a strong ally. Elias Mercer became something new, not a weapon, not an exile, a partner. Lirith changed too. She smiled more, spoke openly. When asked about her human husband, she said one thing. He was prepared for emptiness. He brought loyalty instead. Years later, when peace held firm, Elias stood on the balcony. Again, Lirith beside him. He realized something then. The marriage was never cold. It was cautious. And it became something rare. Union chosen every day, not by law, but by will. The galaxy expected a contract. Instead, it got a bond, and that changed everything. Asterisk.